Good evening and welcome to East Marshall tonight. Echo. Sorry, we had some technical issues, but we tried to work those out here as we're at halftime of the boys' game tonight between Grundy Center and East Marshall. And as the Spartans is leading at 21-15 right now over the Mustangs. East Marshall jumped out, got a 2-0 advantage first, and then Grundy Center tied the game at 2-all, and then promptly went on a 15-0 run after that. So that 2-0, or that deadlock at 2 was part of a 17-0 run by Grundy Center. But then after that, East Marshall responded with a 6-0 run before Grundy Center was able to call its first timeout. And now the Mustangs have cut what was a 15-point deficit down to 6 here at the half tonight, as Grundy Center tries to get a sweep of this Twinville. In case you're wondering, the girls won the opening game 68-28, and it was Lainey Thorne leading the way for the Spartans. She scored 20 points. Grundy Center led that game 16-12 after 1, 40-16 at halftime, 60-18 at the end of 3 quarters, and ended up winning it tonight by a margin of 40, 68-48 over East Marshall tonight now, as Grundy Center improves to 13-2 on the season. Grundy Center also keeps its North Iowa Cedar Lake West Division record intact as they improve to 6-0 now midway through the conference schedule, while East Marshall falls to 1-13 overall and 0-6 in league play. As far as Grundy Center is concerned, the boys enter this matchup with a 9-4 overall record, currently sitting in second place in the Western Division standings in the North Iowa Cedar League with a 4-1 record. They're coming off a hard-fought loss on Thursday night against a GLADBROok Rhinebeck, a team that is ranked now among the top 5 by the Associated Press. And it was a little bit of a interesting ending to that game. If you watched the live stream or heard the broadcast on 99.5 at KDAO, online at KDAO.com, then you know that Troy Ursula, the Grundy Center coach, got 2 technical fouls and was ejected from that game, and is not available here tonight. We're going to take a break. It's 21-15, Grundy Center leading East Marshall here at the half. Back right after this on 99.5 and KDAO.com.
It's time for high school basketball on KDAO. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by PropRite, Heart of Iowa Communications Cooperative, Britt Marie's Country Lace, NEUROTH Trucking, GNB Bank, Partner Communications, Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken, WHINK Services, American Family Insurance, Agent Toni NEDERHOFF, GLADBROOK Tire, D&B Agro Systems, Marshalltown Community College, Jensen Ford and Lincoln. Now, high school basketball on KDAO.
I'm going to sit right in front of you here. Welcome back here to East Marshall tonight, as we're at halftime of the boys' game, 21-15. We apologize here for our technical issues tonight. We believe we have those resolved now. Should be able to bring you the second half of this boys' game. Haven't missed a lot. It's a 21-15 margin. Again, Grundy Center jumped out to a 17-2 lead after East Marshall scored the opening basket of the game. Then the Spartans went on a 17-0 run to build a 15-point advantage. Right now at the half, it's Dexter Whitehill leading the way here for Grundy Center with 9 points. Also on the scoring margin tonight for the Spartans, it is Jalen Kirkpatrick with 6. Bryce Griner also has 6 points. And that's the only scoring so far for Grundy Center. Top scorer for East Marshall is Junior Brown with 6 points. He was 4 of 5 at the free throw line. Three-pointer also scored by Adrian Arifi, and then 2 points apiece here for Carter Anderson, along with Landon NEUROTH, and also by Joe Turonis. Joined tonight by Austin Johansson. Austin's been a pretty good, interesting night of basketball on the technical side here for us. We've just been kind of spectators here tonight, kind of watching this one tonight, but this has been a pretty interesting second game.
Yeah, it has been an interesting game. For Grundy Center, I think specifically, it doesn't seem like they were out to a hot of a start as I think they were expecting. Obviously, they don't have their coach with them tonight, so it's probably a little bit different feel in the locker room and out on the court when you don't have your head coach with you. That is for any sport. It's always going to be weird. But Grundy Center's looked all right. But East Marshall, I think, has played some pretty good defenses. Got Grundy Center a little bit, not in their usual, I think, form tonight. It just seems like something's a little bit off. Could be the head coach not being there, but I think at times they've looked a little bit better, and I think they're definitely expecting definitely a better second half here. They're good looking to get out to a better start, and just because you get some shots to fall, get a lot better movement, and maybe get some pressure up on East Marshall.
Grundy Center game coming off that 65-42 loss to GLADBROOK Rhinebeck, a game that was moved from Friday to Thursday ahead of the blizzard. East Marshall likewise fell to Appleton Parkersburg 98-35. So both teams had tough outages. The Appleton Parkersburg East Marshall game was here in LeGrand. So it's Grundy Center that will start the second half with the basketball now, and the two teams will switch ends of the floor to begin the second half. So Grundy Center going left to right here, dressed in their maroon uniforms with black lettering numerals and white trim. East Marshall dressed in the home whites with yellow lettering numerals and purple trim. Feed pass goes to the far side. Jalen Kirkpatrick, the basketball now in the wing. Being well guarded there. Double team. Whitehill's the basketball out front. Tops it off here to the near side over to Braden Sawyer. Sawyer fires it back out now to Tiernan Vokes. He kicks it off to the far side. Here's the baseline. Drive the shot up and in. That's a tough shot there by Dexter Whitehill. That's 11 points now for him.
Yeah, Whitehill's a great player. He's one of the better players for Grundy Center. That is a really tough finish towards the baseline. That's a really nice job to get your body in the right position.
Down court pass over the timeline here for East Marshall, but Grundy Center should say closes defensively real fast. So now the Mustangs have to reset the offense out top. They'll fire it off here to Landon NEUROTH on the near side. Dribbles that out top to the Adrian Arifi. He'll shoot top of the circle, will not go. Rebound comes down to Jalen Kirkpatrick, the 6'6 freshman. He'll dribble it the other way now. With the basketball, Grundy Center. They'll kick it off to Griner. Griner off to Whitehill now on the far side. That's actually the folks. Here's the feed pass underneath there for Bryce Griner. Maybe got away with a little bit of an elbow throw. Here's a shot. Three-pointer goes no good there by Jalen Kirkpatrick and hit the basketball bracket, so that'll be East Marshall basketball.
Yeah, Grundy Center's having a tough time hitting some shots tonight, too. It looks like they're getting a lot of looks, but not a lot of things have fallen today, and that's just, every night everything can't fall, so it'll eventually get going.
Unforced turnover there in the backcourt there for Adrian Arifi. He shoved with the feet and is called for traveling. It happened right in front of the ref, less than 2 feet in front of him right there, so that's an easy call for the official on that turnover. The ninth of the game here committed by East Marshall tonight. Grundy Center so far was 6. Just a 1 lead change after that early 2-0 advantage by East Marshall. The only tie was at 2-2, and then Grundy Center again went on that 17-0 run to take a 15-point lead before East Marshall was able to swing back with a 6-0 run. Here's a feed pass. It's going to be broken up. Intercepted there by BCLUW off the Grundy Center turnover. Feed pass to the corner. Arifi for 3. That shot no good from the corner pocket. Rebound comes down to Vokes. He's quickly double teamed. And it's Grundy Center going the other way with the basketball. Jalen Kirkpatrick drives, missed the shot, but a foul called at the play. He'll get to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that's a nice drive. That's a nice foul, though, if he's going to get that close, especially, being inside the paint, and that's going to be an easy layup. Only really option there is to foul. Make sure he doesn't get the bucket.
Landon NEUROTH with his second personal, so Kirkpatrick now at the line. First one is no good. That's his first free throw attempt tonight. That's 6 points so far in this game, trying to put the Spartans up now 24-15 with 6:06 to go in this third quarter. Here's the second free throw. That's in and out, won't go. Rebound is tipped, deflected, and it's picked up there by East Marshall. And so it's the Mustangs that will have an offensive crack this possession down the floor. Feed pass comes to the near side. They give it away here to Junior Brown. Brown fires it out to the far side, gives it away there to NEUROTH on the wing. Back out top here for Brown. Brown, well guarded by Whitehill, but Brown will take it, drive, shoot, score. Nice effort there by Junior Brown.
Yeah, really nice job right there. Good job to switch hands, too. used a little floater to be able to get that one and in. That is a very nice shot, and that's a good drive.
His second field goal tonight, but he's the leading scorer with 8 points. Junior Brown is. Answering the question, what can Brown do for you? Here's the feed pass on the far side. That's Whitehill. He's got the basketball there over in the corner. Brings it back out to the free throw line, then tosses it off to the near corner. Now it's Vokes out front. Vokes dribbles it top of the circle. Guarded there by East Marshall's Toby Ryan. They'll dump it back off to the far side. Now the feed pass for the backdoor opportunity is going to be deflected, knocked away. Whitehill picks it up out top, gives it away to Grundy at the free throw circle, feeds it out. Kirkpatrick for 3, misses it off the front of the rim. And it's East Marshall basketball going the other way. Toby Ryan fires it out to the far side, gives it away there to his teammate. Now it's NEUROTH, the basketball on the near side, back to Brown. Brown guarded by Whitehill out top. 4:44 to go here in this third quarter. A 23-17 edge for Grundy Center. Feed pass goes over there to Carter Anderson. They'll dump it off into the corner once again. A couple juke moves right there is Junior Brown. Now he'll give it away to his teammate out top. That teammate is Adrian Arifi. He'll back it up to the free throw circle. Guarded there by Vokes. Vokes tries to dump it off to the far side. The ball's deflected into the backcourt. Gets stripped away. Steal to score for Grundy Center. Nice effort there for the Spartans. That's Brayden Sawyer with a deuce.
Yeah, that's really good effort right there on defense. Stick with the steal. You knock it loose one time, and then they go to pick it up, go knock it loose again, and get the bucket.
Junior Brown trying to answer the other way. A shot goes no good. The strong rebound, and the shot won't go. But a foul called into play, and 2 free throws are on the way here. That last steal and score, that was the 10th turnover there committed by BCLUW. The foul charge to the Grundy Center at the 4:02 mark, and at the free throw line is the Mustangs shooting 2.
Yeah, and East Marshall's really in it right now. I mean, it's only an 8-point lead. They can make these free throws, it definitely help, and every free throw line or trip to the free throw line is definitely going to help their case out. So East Marshall's got to, take care of the basketball, most importantly, not get into those turnover situations, protect the basketball, get some open looks, and try to force some turnovers on the other side.
Reiner picked up the foul, his first team foul of the second half at the free throw line there for East Marshall. Toby Ryan missed them both. Rebound comes down to Grundy Center, and the Spartans take it the other way now with the basketball on the far side. That's Colin Gordon, dumps it up top here, gives it away to Jalen Kirkpatrick at the circle. Now off to the far side. That's Vokes, and they try to backdoor it once again, but it's broken up by East Marshall. For Grundy Center, that's turnover number 8. And now the Mustangs the other way. They get it down underneath there for Toby Ryan. That ball's going to be deflected back out of bounds. And, that's an opportunity missed there for East Marshall. But the Mustangs keep possession of the basketball.
Yeah, that's kind of stuff the Mustangs need, too. They need to force some turnovers. Getting those steals and getting in those situations is only going to help them out. But they got to capitalize, and they got to make sure they get some points on the board.
Junior Brown inbounds from under the East Marshall basket. 3:32 to go here in this third quarter. It's a 25-17 edge for Grundy Center. East Marshall basketball. Feed pass goes back out front now for Brown. Brown fires it off to the near side. Finds Cale Hungerford, the son of the girls basketball head coach in his first year. Now Grundy Center with a steal, and then another takeaway here by BCLUW. A foul called against the Spartans.
Good effort by East Marshall to make sure that they can get the ball back right away and get sent to the free throw line now. And now they got an opportunity to get some points on the board, but man, they really got to capitalize on these opportunities once they get possessions, because on games like this, and especially when you're up against a tough opponent like Grundy Center, it is going to be really hard and really tough to be able to get just points off your full half-court possessions.
Patrick Brown, the third, committed his third personal. That's the second team foul here for Grundy Center. At the line, shooting 2 here is East Marshall, and the first free throw was good. So is the second. That's Cale Hungerford, and they both those free throws, and that's his first 2 points of the night. And it makes the score now 25-19, a 6-point lead in favor of Grundy Center. Spartans with the basketball here. They'll pass it off to White over the far corner. Here's the shot off the glass, up and in.
Yeah, that's a nice shot right there. That's just good job. Using your height, using your arms to make sure you get the basketball up in a high position, release it at the top of the point, make sure you get that ball in.
Junior Brown, the basketball. He'll take a 3. That shot off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound is hauled in there by Brayden Sawyer. Grundy Center on transition. Whitehill, top of the key. Fires it out to the far side. Pulls it up there. Dumps it off to the near side. Back off to the near side. The shot, 3-pointers up and in. That's Brayden Sawyer, and that's the first 3-pointer of the night for Grundy Center.
Yeah, Sawyer wishes he was able to hit a lot of those last week going up against GLADBROOK Rhinebeck. He was almost non-existent, so I'm sure he's wanting to get back into the groove and get his three-point shot back.
Timeout on the floor with 2:31 to go here in this third quarter. Taken by East Marshall, their second of the night. The 30-19 lead for Grundy Center. Back right after this on 99.5 and KDAO.com.
Hi, this is Jake Pelham. Here at CropRite, we offer an amazingly high level of service from a seasoned staff who knows how to make your operation a success. For all your agronomy needs, please check us out at CropRite.com or follow us on Facebook. From Grundy Center, Marshalltown, and Luther locations, we want to say thank you for your business.
No, this one's yours. I plugged that.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, cool. Perfect. Welcome back here to East Marshall, coming out of the timeout now. So it's going to be Mustangs basketball. They'll be met by a full court pressure defense right here. And back over the timeline. East Marshall has yet to cross that timeline. They're going to be in trouble with a 10-second violation, and there it is right there. Good defense coming out of the timeout by Grundy Center, forcing East Marshall's 12th turnover of the night.
Yeah, Grundy Center has pretty good defense, and it's been on display today. It hasn't been on, I would say, full display today, but it's definitely caused some turnovers for East Marshall. But East Marshall's doing all right.
So Grundy Center's got the basketball right now at the offensive end following that turnover. Feed pass comes to the near side. They give it to Braden Sawyer. Sawyer flips it off to the corner. Whitehill for three. That shot no good. Off to the circle. Volkswagen gets the weak side rebound. Dumps it out top. Passes it back to the near side. Back out front for another three. That shot taken there by Sawyer goes no good. And there's a quick shot up and in there by Grundy Center for two.
Grundy Center doing a nice job getting the ball right back, putting the ball up for two. If you don't get three, make sure you get two.
That was Kirkpatrick that scored the bucket. That's 8 points now for him. A minute 40 to go here in this third quarter. And, boy, as Brown takes a shot, there was some contact there at the free throw line. Foul's going to be charged to Grundy Center. That'll be team foul number 3 here in this second half. And that's the first personal of the night whistled against Braden Sawyer. Inbound play, handled by Brown under the East Marshall basket. They'll throw it into the corner. Then dump it out top here for Alex Jacobson. Jacobson's got the basketball. He'll drive the lane, put up the shot, missed it. Rebound comes down to Tiernan Vokes. Lobs it out there to the far side, gives it to Kirkpatrick. Then do a Griner. Now the backdoor drive. It's going to be passed back out front now for Griner. He'll drive, throw it up short. Rebound is tapped out there, picked up by Whitehill. Now it comes to Vokes. They're off the deflection by Brown. Right back to Vokes here on the near wing. They'll toss it out front, nearly stolen away. Whitehill grabs it, drives to the free throw line, puts up the shot, a block there, but a foul called on the play, and it's going to go against Landon NEUROTH. For NEUROTH, that is his third personal, team foul number 2, whistled against East Marshall.
Yeah, been a lot of fouls down low today, I've noticed. Pretty physical inside the paint for both sides, but it has been a pretty competitive game so far. And East Marshall's came to play today. I think they're being a little bit more competitive than maybe Grundy Center was anticipating, and maybe the audience. So I think they've been respectable today, and the game's not over. It's only a 14-point lead right now. If East Marshall can find something, go on a little run, maybe cause some turnovers, you never know what can happen.
So 33-19 advantage right here. Here's the second free throw by Whitehill. That's no good, boy!
Wow.
You couldn't get an easier rebound and put back right there than that one that Bryce Griner just had.
Yeah, there's nobody there. There's nobody there on the outside to be able to close out. That is just, that's poor managing on the free throw.
16-point lead right now by Grundy Center. That's the largest of the night here at 35-19. East Marshall misses a shot. Griner will take it the distance, laid up and score, and it's back-to-back field goal there for Bryce Griner.
Yeah, those are two nice shots right there for him. He's able to get back into the groove a little bit. I do apologize about my voice, by the way. I know I maybe sound a little bit weirder than usual.
I went through that last week with a cold. Here's a shot by Brown, no good. Rebound is going to be called, a foul call against Grundy Center. So for the Spartans, that'll be team foul number 4. It is the third personal whistled against Tiernan Vokes. And to the free throw line steps Junior Brown, who is 4 of 5 from the free throw line here tonight.
Yeah,
and missed the first one.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about my voice, too, because I feel completely fine. you know, and that's the worst part. You know, you feel fine, but your vocal cords don't want to cooperate with you, with your body. So I don't know exactly what it is. It was the cold. I was kind of under the weather with that cold weather and stuff. So I think that's still maybe affected. Hasn't caught up to me yet. So.
Second free throw is good, so now a 17-point inch here for Grundy Center at 37-20. Spartans will inbound under the East Marshall basket. The Mustangs have pressed the entire way. Feed pass comes in there to the Spartans. They'll pass it down the floor. Now it's Kirkpatrick top of the circle. They'll toss it over to the far side for Griner. Griner throws it back here to Tate Jarofsky. Now the feed pass underneath. There's Kirkpatrick up and in for two.
Yeah, that's kind of what size does for you right there. Kirkpatrick, very tall kid. He's only a freshman. He's only going to get taller. At least the coaching staff hope he does. And if he does, he can be a very good player with his size and his talent.
Using all six of his freshman frame there, did Kirkpatrick. And that's the end of this third quarter. A 39-20 advantage for Grundy Centers. They're off to the largest lead of the night at 19 points here on the road at East Marshall. We'll take a break. Back with more from LeGrand after this on 99.5 KDAO and online at KDAO.com.
The winter sports season is upon us, and Heart of Iowa Communications Cooperative is your #1 fan in providing their member customers the best communication solutions possible. For the last 60-plus years, Heart of Iowa has been the area's premier broadband provider, supporting area communities, schools, and rural youth. Their first responsibility is you, so experience the Heart of Iowa difference today. Call 641-486-2211, online at heartofiowa.coop, or stop by Heart of Iowa's office in Union today.
Back here at the East Marshall Gymnasium in LeGrand, Elwood Huff and Austin Johansson here with you tonight. We again apologize for our technical issues. We were able to get on the online here for our live stream and our radio broadcast at halftime of this boys game, but it's been to this point an entertaining game. Grundy Center, though, has wrestled control of it here late in this third quarter. Currently leads at 39-20 as the teams prepare to start quarter number 4.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a competitive fourth quarter. I want at least East Marshall to make it interesting. They're going to have to take care of the basketball, have to hit their shots, and able to get some open ones, and probably going to have to work that three-point line as well.
So it's East Marshall basketball here to start this fourth quarter. They've got some work to do, trailing by 19, their largest margin. Feed pass goes over the corner. They'll pass it there to Joe Turonis. Turonis tosses it back out front for Adrian Arifi. Now at the free throw line, there's the dribble drive by Toby Ryan, and it's intercepted and taken away there by Grundy Center on East Marshall's 13th turnover of the night. So the Spartans back over the timeline. Here's Kirkpatrick once again. Pat this cut off, dumps it off to Griner. Then down low for Jarofsky. The baseline shot, no good on rebound. Stick back doesn't go. Now another try here by Grundy Center. Griner trying to find some room down low there in the post area. Draws some contact and will head to the free throw line. No, it'll be an out of bounds situation here for Grundy Center. Just the third team foul committed by East Marshall.
And East Marshall's got to really lock down here in this quarter if they want a chance to be able to win this game. They can't allow many points at all to really be scored in this quarter, so they got to limit as many opportunities as they can.
Here's a shot for the corner by Briner. Will not go. Grundy Center battling for the rebound. Out of bounds. Last touch by the Spartans, so it'll be East Marshall basketball now to play in. Inbound pass will come from under the Grundy Center basket with 7:12 to go here in this fourth quarter. Brown trying to down court, tosses it off to the far side, finds Carter Anderson open. Anderson dumps it over to Arifi. Arifi in the lane, throws it up, makes it perfectly off the glass end.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot. He had somebody open in the corner. Could have got a three-pointer off, but hey, if you're going to take those 2 points, go ahead and take it. But they still got a long way to go.
So here's the feed pass out to the far side now with Grundy Center with the basketball. Arifi scoring the bucket there. That's 5 for him as he works it over. Now the shot missed there, and the rebound is controlled once again by East Marshall. And now a foul called, and that foul is going to go against Grundy Center here, it looks like.
Yep.
Yep, it's going against Grundy Center.
Yep, Tate Jarofsky got the foul there. I think it's kind of like a blocking foul. Just got into his space a little bit too much on the baseline. Didn't give him enough room to operate, I believe.
Actually, the second was against Griner, which is his second personal team foul, number 5.
I believe it was on 50.
Well, they put 30 up on the scoreboard.
Maybe I read that wrong.
So one wears 30, one wears 50. So that could be an easy situation. It was down low, so
I believe it was 30. I believe you're right.
So here's
I
Brown.
might have mixed that up.
They'll toss it out front here now. And now off to the far side, to the near side for Brown once again. Double pass goes over to the far wing, back out front for Arifi. Get it in the hands now of Carter Anderson. Anderson to Arifi to Brown. Brown at the top of the circle, trying to find some room in the middle of that lane, but nothing there. He'll dribble out top, finally work his way in, throw it up off the cylinder, won't go. Rebound is controlled there by Bryce Griner. Now it's Grundy Center basketball back the other way. Jarofsky dumps it off briefly to Griner. They'll get it back in the hands of Gordon. Now down low to Kirkpatrick. He's quickly double teamed in the post. He'll dribble it once, stuff it out front now for Griner in the far away. Skip pass underneath, backdoor shot, no. But a foul, yes, against East Marshall. And to the free throw line will set Tate Jarofsky to shoot 2.
Yeah, pretty good movement right there from Grundy Center. A lot of pretty good passing out there. East Marshall's trying to get that pressure involved, try to force a turnover, but Grundy Center just kind of outmatching, I think, East Marshall right now with their possession and their passing.
Toby Ryan, his third personal. That is team foul number 4, charged to East Marshall. At the free throw line, it is Jarofsky shooting 2. His first one is good, so that's his first point of the night. And the Grundy Center advantage now builds to 18 at 40-22. Here's the second free throw. That's off the mark, won't go. Rebound and another foul on the missed shot. Patrick Brown, the third, crashing the board. Now we'll go to the free throw line to try to make 2 more.
Heck of a rebound by Patrick Brown. He just came in there and snagged that ball. He's a very good rebounder. I mean, he's a defensive lineman back in football, so you know that he's got some experience of getting down in the paint. He's a good guy for that and battling with guys, so he's just right in his wheelhouse to be able to get kind of a glass cleaner.
Left the free throw short. By the way, that foul was charged to Toby Ryan, his second in a row, so he's got 4 now for East Marshall. Here's the second free throw by Brown, and that one is good. And for Brown, that's his first point of the night. And the Grundy Center lead is back to 19 here at 41-22 with 5:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Feed pass comes to Arifi on the near side. They'll dump it here to NEUROTH. NEUROTH back to Arifi. Now it's Brown on the near side, guarded by Whitehill. Back out top for Arifi. They'll dump it over to the far side for Anderson. Anderson to the corner. Now the feed pass over to Anderson here once again. Brown out front. Now Arifi on the near side. They'll toss it, they faked it to Carter, then it was stolen away by Grundy Center, so the Spartans force the 14th turnover of the night here by the Mustangs. Feed pass is going to be thrown out of bounds, and Grundy Center will give it right back to East Marshall as the Spartans commit their 10th turnover of the night.
Yeah, Grundy Center, I think Grundy Center is just trying to have, a really good fourth quarter because I think they may be a little bit disappointed in their performance here tonight. Just definitely haven't played, I think, to the expectation that they've wanted to tonight.
15th turnover there as East Marshall again throws it away. Made a bad pass outside the lane. Grundy Center gets the easy steal. Now the feed pass down low there, and the pass to Griner is going to result in a jump ball situation, but Grundy Center will maintain possession thanks to the alternate arrow. So it'll be Whitehill to play it in. Griner will take the inbound play, pass it right back to Whitehill. He'll throw it up, in and out, and then back in. That is 16 points on the night here for Dexter Whitehill.
Give and go handoff right there. Really good inbound play and a nice shot.
So also a 21-point lead now at 43-22. Largest in the night. East Marshall missing a couple shots. Grundy Center the rebound. Whitehill brings it back over the timeline quickly. Gets it just outside the lane. Dumps it out front for Bryce Griner for 3. Left it short. Top of the key. Rebound to Whitehill. And a travel call there against Whitehill. Lost his footing. That's turnover number 11.
Wasn't sure about that one, but I guess that's the right call.
Ben Wegman and Jalen Kirkpatrick. Check that. It is Alex Jacobson and Cale Hungerford coming into the East Marshall lineup here. Get the right roster with make that 3:44. 3:55 to go here in this fourth quarter. We're midway through the fourth quarter. Now it's East Marshall basketball back at the offensive end of the floor, and it's stolen away once again. An easy interception right there for the Spartans. On the takeaway, it's Kirkpatrick. Makes it over the timeline. Still has it on the near side. Dumps it off to the far side. And now the feed pass underneath for Kirkpatrick. He's cutting it off and taking it away. There's Landon NEUROTH on the turnover. So it's East Marshall going back the other way with the basketball. NEUROTH between the circles. Skip pass goes to the far corner. With the ball, it's Alex Jacobson. Skip pass out front now for Brown, and Brown's going to get called for traveling. That was kind of an odd dribble right there. He was kind of running and doing kind of a jump dribble, but a couple of extra steps there when that ball was in the air, and that constitutes another turnover here for East Marshall, number 17 on the night.
Yeah, and Brown's one of those guys, I think, that gets called on some of those a lot because his dribbling style is a little bit unorthodox, so he's just a little bit out there.
Jarofsky feeds it off to Whitehill now on the near side. Grundy Center basketball in the front court. At the free throw line is Whitehill. Dumps it back to Kirkpatrick this time on the near side. Well guarded right there by Anderson. Here's the feed pass down low to Whitehill. A tough shot, but it goes up and in.
Yeah, good job by Whitehill. That's a mismatch. He had Brown on him. He's a lot taller than him, a lot stronger, so comes into the paint, has a pretty easy matchup.
45-22, 23-point lead, the largest of the night here for Grundy Center. And now a foul called here as Alex Jacobson tried to get some spacing down the baseline, but a foul charge here to Grundy Center. And that's going to go against Tate Jarofsky. So that is his third personal and the 16th foul in the second half charge to Grundy Center. Non-shooting situation, so Brown will inbound the basketball. Junior Brown under the East Marshall basket, lobs it all the way out top into the backcourt there, grabbed by NEUROTH. NEUROTH brings it back over the timeline. He'll drive, dump it out to the near side. Anderson for three. That corner pocket shot goes no good. Rebound comes down there to Grundy Center, and then a feed pass, and on near travel right there. Grundy Center may have got away with one. East Marshall comes away with a takeaway. Then Grundy Center takes it right back. The shot up and in by Colin Gordon.
That was a nice spin move right there by Gordon. Really good job to get in there, give a little move, and had a really nice open shot, and he knocked it down.
Now it's a 25-point lead here at 47 to 24. And another shot by East Marshall, the other end by Alex Jacobson. So Jacobson scoring his first field goal tonight. That was after each team came away with a turnover on Grundy Center's last trip down to the offensive edge of the floor. Now it's Grundy Center basketball once again, and a travel's going to be called against Colin Gordon. Spartans getting a little bit lackadaisical here in the later stages of this game. That's turnover number 14 committed by Grundy Center. Tighter game that might make a difference. Likely won't here tonight with just a minute 43 to go. Into the ball game now for Grundy Center's Ashton Martins as he checks in for the first time tonight. I believe there were some other changes here as well. Yep, Ben Wegman is into the game. Whistle sounds and a foul called under the basket. Also out there is Braden Wallace for the Spartans. So Grundy Center is going pretty much to the reserves here in this game.
Yeah, it makes sense to go to reserves at this point. We got a minute 30 left, 23-point lead. Seems like he got it wrapped up. Put the reserves in, and I don't think you need to have your starters out there any longer.
This is a one-on-one situation here for East Marshall. The foul was charged to Braden Wallace at Grundy Center, the freshman. That's his first, so that's the 17th foul here committed by Grundy Center. At the free throw line, looks like it's Landon NEUROTH. Again, the first shot is good. It is NEUROTH. His second shot is also good.
You gotta wonder how coach is gonna be when they get him back for Grundy Center and how he's gonna react to the performance here tonight. Because I think they might have maybe underperformed just a little bit, but not so. I think so much underperformed due to is due for like a lecture or anything kind of like that.
Once the game, Grundy Center was supposed to win and is winning with a minute 4 to go. That's just based on the records and the struggles that this East Marshall team has had this year under Adam Bowder's guidance. Here's the dribble drive down out top by Colin Gordon. Stripped to the basketball. Here's a drive. The shot counted. The foul called on the play. That's Landon NEUROTH for 2.
Colin Gordon came in there real fast, didn't he? Man, he's got some wheels on him.
So that foul is going to go against Colin Gordon. That is his first 18 foul. So at the free throw line is NEUROTH now trying to complete the three-point play. 50 seconds remaining in the ball game. Grundy Center up top, 47-28. The free throw by NEUROTH no good. And it's Gordon coming up with the basketball now for Grundy Center. 6 points on the evening here for NEUROTH. Actually, make that 8 points on the night for NEUROTH. And here's a shot from the near side, will not go. Rebound Comes down there to East Marshall. They'll drive the other way. 13 seconds remaining in the contest. Dump pass comes off to the near side. They got Carter Lavender into the game, and they'll throw it away. So that'll be turnover number 19, and that's the way this one will come to an end tonight. Grundy Center wins it by a margin of 47 to 28 here over East Marshall here tonight. A key road win for the Spartans now as they win their 10th game of the year and improve to 5-1 in North Iowa City League play. For East Marshall, it's also the 10th loss of the year. Mustangs falling to 3-10 overall and 1-5 in North Iowa City League play at the midway part of this conference race. We'll take a break following Grundy Center's 47-28 victory tonight. We'll wrap it up from LeGrand right after this on 99.5 and KDAO.com.
Ladies, looking for a new and fun shopping experience in the new year? Well, look no further. This is Brittany with Britt Marie's Country Lace, located at 13 West Main Street in downtown Marshalltown, and soon in downtown Tama. Britt Marie's Country Lace is a clothing boutique offering unique clothing for women sizes small to 3XL, shoes, jewelry, gift items, little girls, and more. Open Thursday 12 to 7, Friday 10 to 5, and Saturday 10 to 2. Order online at brittmariescountryboutique.com.
Going up and off to Johansson back here with you one final time tonight. It seems just like a quick night here. It seems like we just started and then the game ended, which in essence, on our purposes, is what happened. Although we were here for the girls' game, which Grundy Center won decisively tonight, as they should have. Final score is 68-28. That was a preliminary game tonight. Coach Matt Lindeman's squad now improving to 13-2 on the year, remaining undefeated in league play at 6-0. Led that contest 16-12 after 1, 40-16 at the half, 60-18 after 3 quarters of play, and then they win it by 40. 68-28 is the final score tonight as Grundy Center girls again continued their hot streak. That's the 6th straight win for the Spartans on the season here tonight. Of course, the holiday season bookended by losses, one to top-ranked New Hartford, the other coming to the hands of number 15 Jessup, both of those at Grundy Center. Here for the Spartans tonight, Grundy Center picks up a key road win on the boys' side of things as they knock off East Marshall 47-28. Not a bad night for Grundy Center. You mentioned there without their head coach, who of course was had to serve a 1-game suspension after being ejected late in the loss against GLADBROOK Rhinebeck on Thursday. But team was supposed to come out and based on the records, they were supposed to win this game tonight. They did, and they did it rather handily, even though East Marshall at times went on some streaks. It made it kind of interesting there until the fourth quarter come around.
Yeah, East Marshall made it interesting at times. I think because there was it was pretty close margins sometimes, only like a 6-point lead at some points. So you never knew if East Marshall was going to maybe go on a run and potentially come back. But I think by the time the third quarter came around, it was a tall task to ask to get rid of that 19-point deficit. And especially since it was 39-20 in that third quarter, you're asking East Marshall to double their points from the entire game and not let Grundy Center even score to be able to get that lead back. So that is a really tough, tall task to ask from East Marshall. But yeah, they played a pretty good game though. I think they should be pretty proud of what they did today. But they definitely got some things to improve on. Of course, they know that. And I think Grundy Center definitely played a little bit better in that second half for sure. So I think they're happy about that and their performance. But I definitely think there's some things they can improve on, and when the coach comes back, they'll look at the tape, and I think they'll find some things that they can work on because they can always be better. And Grundy Center has a lot of potential on this team, and I don't think they've reached their full potential yet and hit their mid-season form for this season as well. So I think this team can get a lot better. They played an okay game today. I think they could have played a lot better, and I still think they're working at it.
Okay, Grundy Center jumping out to actually trailing 2-0 in this game. East Marshall had the first points of the game, then Grundy Center tied it. And that tie game started a 17-0 run for Grundy Center. It gave the Spartans a 15-point lead at 15-2. A lead that eventually went actually to 17-2 at one juncture in the game. That'd be the 15-point advantage. And it was just a 6-2 margin at the end of the first quarter. So that 17-0 run extended into the second quarter for Grundy Center. But then it was at that point that East Marshall called a timeout and then come out and scored the next 6 games to cut that lead to as close at 8 at one margin. In fact, at the half, it was cut to 6 at 21-15, but then Grundy Center outscoring East Marshall 18-5 in the third quarter to build that lead to 19 at 39-20, and then each team tallied 8 points in that fourth quarter as Grundy Center wins it 47-28. Grundy scoring this game tonight was at Dexter Whitehill at Grundy Center. He tallied 18 points, including 4 of 6 shooting from the free throw line. One of 2 players in double figures for the Spartans, the other being 6'6" freshman Jalen Kirkpatrick, who tallied 10 over the opening 3 quarters. Right behind him with 9 points was Braden Sawyer, all 9 coming in the third quarter, including a 3-point basket. 6 points scored in this game tonight by Bryce Griner, and then the only starter that didn't score was Ternan Folks, the 6'4" freshman. Grundy Center getting 4 points off the bench in this game tonight. Actually lost the bench battle 6-4. So not a lot of scoring off either bench tonight, but Grundy Center getting 2 points, a field goal from Colin Gordon. Also tonight, Patrick Brown III went 1 of 2 from the free throw line for his only point, and Tate Jarowski also going 1 of 3 from the free throw line for his only point. Playing but not scoring tonight for the Spartans was Ashton Martins, along with Braden Wallace. Also into the game tonight, not scoring, was Ben Wegman for the Spartans. Top scorer for East Marshall was Junior Brown. He tallied 9 points over the middle 2 quarters, including a 5 of 7 effort from the free throw line. 8 points scored by Landon NEUROTH, 6 of which came in the fourth quarter. He had 2 field goals and went 2 for 3 at the charity stripe, did NEUROTH. 5 scored for Adrian Arifi on a pair of field goals, one of which was a 3-pointer, and then 2 points scored on the night by Carter Anderson. The only starter that didn't score was Toby Ryan tonight, but he went 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Mentioned there were 6 bench points scored in this game by East Marshall. 2 points apiece for Joe Turonis, along with Alex Jacobson and Cale Hungerford, who went 2 for 2 for the free throw line. The only player that saw some minutes tonight who didn't score was Carter Lavender, the 5'8" sophomore for East Marshall in this game tonight. So not a bad night for either team tonight, although it will go, obviously, it's a Grundy Center victory. Spartans committing 15 turnovers, allowing 19, and just 1 lead change and 1 tie in this game tonight. Grundy Center, for the most part, controlled the game and escaped with a road win tonight, 57-28 over the Mustangs of East Marshall. So final thoughts before we wrap it up.
Yeah, final thoughts. I wish we would have been able to broadcast through the whole thing. But my final thoughts on the performances. I think the girls are officially in midseason form for Grundy Center. I think they're definitely proven why they're one of the better teams in this division and in the state of Iowa. So I really like their performance tonight. They look like a team. They look like they're having fun too. They look like they're really enjoying being out there and being with each other. I think that was the big thing for the girls game, and I think the boys can get better. I think they're a really good team, and they got a lot to improve on, and I think they can get there. So I don't think their midseason form is there yet, and I think the coaching staff has some stuff to work out, and just playing as a unison, as a team better, maybe improving some shooting and maybe the passing, decision-making. So I think they got a lot to improve on, and they can be a really good team. They can be a lot better.
And that's a good point, because obviously they were behind the 8 ball to start the basketball season because of the success they had in football. It just got them a little bit slower start, but it's a talented team. They bring all that football talent now to the hardwood, and we got a lot to look forward to down the line here between these two teams as this season moves forward. For Austin and I now, we'll be heading over to South Hardin on Friday night. The Tigers hosting Grundy Center, so we'll have Grundy Center on the air, hopefully both games on Friday night, barring any technical issues that we're not aware of, unlike tonight. Also, our online game tonight with Andy Jennings on the call is GLADBROOK Rhinebeck at AGWSR. Of course, the Rebels coming off a tough doubleheader last night against South Hardin. The boys won by 1, and the South Hardin girls took GLADBROOK Rhinebeck to double overtime in that Monday night thriller last night that Chuck Carpenter had live stream for you on KDAO and online at KDAO.com. So that'll be GLADBROOK Rhinebeck at AGWSR coming up on Friday. Grundy Center at South Hardin. Also will be our radio broadcast on 99.5 along with the live stream on KDAO.com, and then Ankeny at Marshalltown will be the other doubleheader as Chuck Carpenter will be at the Roundhouse for that Central Iowa Metro League doubleheader. Now, I want to point out next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, which is traditionally kind of an off night for the North Iowa Cedar Lake, just where it falls on the calendar. But we still have a couple of dandy non-conference games coming up. Actually, there is one Heart of Iowa Conference matchup. It's Grundy, Green Mountain Garwin at Colo-Nesco. Now, Andy Jennings will be in Colo for the call of that game between the Wolverines and the Royals coming up 1 week from tonight on Tuesday. You and I will head to Parkersburg for what should be a terrific boys game. GLADBROok Rhinebeck taking on Appleton Parkersburg. That's two rated teams ranked in the top 5 by the Associated Press. Depending on how the next poll comes out, if neither loses before that, so you'll have a battle of a Class 2A ranked top 5 team against a Class 1A top 5 ranked team, and that's the second half of that girl-boy doubleheader next Tuesday night. Our doubleheaders all start at around 6:05 from the North Iowa Cedar Lake. Andy's doubleheader would go a little earlier at about 5:55 on Friday night from his location, actually Tuesday night from his location in Colo. But again, our Friday night broadcast featuring Ankeny at Marshalltown. It's GLADBROok Rhinebeck at AGWSR at Austin and I. We'll head to Eldora for South Hardin, hosting Grundy Center, our marquee matchup, not only live streamed on KDAO.com, but also it'll be on 99.5 KDAO FM radio. So again, our final scores here tonight from the East Marshall Gymnasium. It was the Grundy Center girls knocking off the Mustangs 68-28. Laney Thorns going a game-high 20 points for the Spartans in that victory tonight. While the boys' game, it was Grundy Center getting the sweep of East Marshall as they prevail to the Spartan boys 47-28 in the nightcap. Dexter Whitehill with a game-high 18 points, leading the way for Grundy Center, and also more points scored by Jalen Kirkpatrick as he also tallied 10, getting to double figures tonight for the Spartans. For Austin Johansson, Owen Up is saying good night and so long from LeGrand on 99.5 and KDAO.com.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by CropRite, Heart of Iowa Communications Cooperative, BRIT Marie's Country Lace, NEUROTH Trucking, GNB Bank, Partner Communications, Bailey's Pizza and Roasted Chicken, WHINK Services, American Family Insurance, Agent Toni NEDERHOFF, GLADBROOK Tire, D&B Agro Systems, Marshalltown Community College, Jensen Ford and Lincoln, This has been a local sports presentation of KDAO Sports.